ladies. How are you?
Hi.
Amazing.
I have Miss Nikki Jules in her cocked red hat that I'm loving.
Yes,
How are you?
I'm wonderful. Thank you.
Good, good. How was your week so far?
It was very busy, but you know what? Busy is good.
Good, good. LaTonya, how are you, honey? I love this. I just love
Hey
it.
y'all. What in the world is wrong with my?
You can't hear us? What's
I can't
wrong?
hear y'all, and y'all can hear
Oh my
me, and I don't know
God.
what I'm
We
doing.
can hear you fine.
I can hear you. Here
You
we
can hear
go.
me, but I can't hear y'all.
Well, since LaTonya can't hear us, we'll wait for her to come back so she could tell us how she's doing and how was her week. But my week was good. A very, very good work week. Are you back with us? Can you hear us now? We're still having some technical difficulties. But yeah, my week was good, going good business wise. I was just telling LaTonya that I've been in the house working for like 2 days, and I don't do good in the house consecutive days like that. I need to see people. I don't know. I need to talk to adults, and I need to see their faces and fresh air. So I feel some kind of way after a couple days. I feel like sluggish or like not full of energy like I
But you
normally.
know what though? You probably would have sat outside in your beautiful backyard garden slash getaway slash slash retreat had the weather had been a little bit better.
That's true.
Right?
That's very, very true. And one of my girlfriends who don't live too far, she comes over for wine sometimes and we sit outside. But it's just been windy and rainy and we just can't do it. So
Mm-hmm.
but that's okay. LaTonya, can you hear us now?
I can hear y'all. I don't know.
Okay.
You
Well,
know what?
that's okay.
I'm starting to think all this is a sign for me just to shut up and be quiet. So I'm shutting up and being quiet.
I disagree. I am not going to agree with that foolishness. So we were asking you how was your week going and how were you doing?
I'm doing well. My week has been very hectic, very busy. My business related, and just fighting a little sickness. But I'm gonna speak against that. I ain't gonna speak on that because it's not a good thing. So it's all good.
Well, good, good. And right. Whatever you're feeling, I hope it passes very, very quickly.
Thank
Um, hey Angie. Angie got her tacos. I love that. Hey
Oh,
Tamika. Thank you, ladies, for joining us. So we're gonna get right into it. This is one of the topics that I wanted to talk about because I struggled with this in the past and I struggle a little bit with it now. So it's forgiveness. And I do have some struggles. But what does forgiveness mean to you, ladies? What does that mean to you, Nikki?
forgiveness for me is forgiving forgiving someone and myself sometimes for doing things that don't make me feel too great, I should say. It's important. It's important. Forgiveness is important for me in order to move on. Let me just say that. Why am I staticky?
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay.
What does it mean to you, Latanya?
you.
Why you?
Oh my God.
Listen,
What is all of that?
you know what? I ask forgiveness. It's letting go. Just not necessarily forgetting, but letting go and not holding on to something and giving somebody, maybe in some cases, somebody another chance, or giving even myself another chance. Even if it's giving them another chance and keeping them at a distance and never speaking to them again. But still second chances. Everybody deserves that. So I don't know if I gave a good definition, but that's kind of the process.
Yeah, I think it's a little bit of both. Just like Nikki said, I think it's for me, it's letting go. And letting go is very hard to do. So I can forgive you if one, you have to apologize and you have to mean it because I can't. So I'm the type of person like I can't move on if we haven't discussed the issue at hand. I'm not that person where
But
I can just,
don't sweep stuff under the rug.
yeah, I'm not her. And I used to be her though, when I was married and when I reinvented myself and, worked on myself and what I wanted to do and didn't want to do, and how to change myself. That was one of the things is I said I would never, ever sweep things under the rug with anyone, whether it be a relationship, a girlfriend or a guy friend or whatever it is. Family, I can't do it. I can't move forward if we haven't discussed the issue, and it can't be like, Trina, I'm sorry that I did so and so, and we done. No, because I want to know, why did you do it? How did we get there? And let's not make that mistake again.
But here's the thing about that, though. I think you run into sometimes with that. Don't you run into the whole thing when people say pick your battles?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Things that really hurt me, I do pick my battles. So everything someone does, I don't have to discuss. But things I feel that are important to me, I have to discuss those things. And definitely depending on how deeply it may have hurt me.
Okay.
I'm at the point. I done forgave people and they didn't even know I forgave them. I no longer look for closure. I don't look for closure or nothing. I just want my peace of mind. And
sometimes I kind of agree with that.
People are going to be who they are, and it's not my job or my responsibility for them to worry about how they feel about me and how they treat me. It is what it is. Be who you are, and it's okay. I can respect that. Some people will continue on, and some people we won't, and it's no hard feelings. But listen, some people think I hate them, and I done forget it 20 years ago.
See, and I guess that's for me, especially again, and that's not everybody. Some people, I don't care. But important people are in my life that are going to be in my life. We got to talk it out. We can't move. And I'll give you a perfect example. So this weekend, one of my cousins and I, and most of my cousins are like my sisters. It's the craziest thing. But anyway, so we had an issue where I think she thought I took someone's side or something, but I didn't. I was just neutral, stated my opinion, and she happened not to be right, but she thought, I should have said she was right. So anyway, so she didn't talk to me on Sunday, but then on Monday, she's like, good morning. No. And I said, hello, so it was very, very dry. I was very dry with her via text. So then when she called me and she just tried to have a natural conversation, I said, no, time out. We are going to discuss what happened this weekend. We're not going to sweep it under the carpet because that's not our relationship. And we're going to talk about it and get it out and move forward. And we did. She told me how she felt. I told her. So we moved forward. But with people I care about, I can't sweep it under the rug. I just can't.
But don't you think sometimes people just need to breathe? I mean,
yeah, absolutely.
I mean, if you let's say me and Nikki, for example, if Nikki go a day not talking to me or whatever, and then she talking to me the next day, I'm like, all right, we good. I mean.
Yeah, you know what I've learned with that, and that just might be a maturity thing too. I give people what they give me.
It's not even that with me. I'm still even if you're not talking to me, I'm gonna be nice and polite. And if you choose not to be nice, that's on you. And then whenever you come back and you'll come back because it's open like that. We cool like that and stuff. Sometimes people need space, and sometimes there's things that you don't even need to talk about. You just need to breathe because half the time we go off and we get upset about stuff. But once we think about it, sleep on it, we realize we're not even really upset. So sometimes it's just time.
Time is fine, but you cannot come to me after that time like it ain't never happened. I'm sorry. I just for me.
That's your soul.
For me, we got to talk this shit all the way out.
I might listen. You might piss me off, and you may say, Tanya, I know something's wrong, but I don't feel like being bothered. And when I say that, I mean it. I don't mean it in a bad way. Just give me my space, and then we'll be cool in a couple of days. You know what I mean? Because sometimes I just need my space. I don't feel like talking about nothing.
But that's fine. How you just communicated, I need my space. You have to.
No, you're not going to understand that because you're going to be like, well, what did I do that you need your space?
No, I'm not, because sometimes I need my space. Sometimes I need space too. So I get it. But you can't come back like, no, we gonna have to
My
talk about.
Chicago
I get what you're saying,
My
Trina. You
Chicago
basically
family, if
saying
you
a
start cutting up,
situation.
just call me.
Right. She's so silly. Right. I'm saying a situation, not you need a minute. I get that. But if we had a blow up or a situation, we need to talk about that shit. You just can't go away and come back and happy Monday. No, Shawty, don't know. Mm-mm. No.
Do you think the three of us all agree? No. Do you
No.
think that we ain't pissed each other off? But we still like, all right, next, come on. Let's
But I think it's a difference between pissing somebody off and a blow up. I think to me that's a little different. I mean, you can have a difference in opinion and that's fine, but a blow up to me needs to be discussed. Because how do I know how I hurt you or how I made you feel so that I won't go there again?
I've had those with girlfriends that where there was clearly a misunderstanding and of the words, and like we had tired each other out so bad that we just stopped talking. But then the reality of it is we really missed each other and missed getting on the phone with each other and having a conversation. So one of us just had to call the other one and talk it out and just be like, okay, so what happened? And then we went back and forth or whatever. And I'm like, okay, I get it. You get it. And sometimes you have to agree to disagree.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So
Andy said, to me, it means forgiving the person. Hopefully the issue never happens again. You can't forget, and it's hard to keep my guard down. I can let your guard down. Yeah. And she says, the word says, how can God forgive us and we cannot forgive others? That's very true. And Tamika, my cousin, said that the situation I gave was about her. Yes, it was.
You exposed yourself.
Listen, Tamika, call me next time because I know she a bully.
I am not a bully. Oh, God. Wait, last week I was bougie. This week I'm a bully.
Listen, I'm sorry. Listen, I love you. We talk off air. You my girl. I consider you my friend. But I'm letting y'all know. I know Chicago. She is a bully.
I am not a bully.
Oh, God, that is hilarious.
A 4'11" bully. That's some funny shit.
It's the short, innocent one. You look innocent looking one that's got all the bulldog in it.
That is hilarious.
That is funny. So are you a grudge holder or do you forgive, Nikki?
I have to forgive. But you know what though? I forgive. I'm one of those people. I will forgive you all day, but I will never forget. Never.
So let me ask you this: with never forgetting, do you like bring that up again? You know, does that ever come back?
No, okay. You know how when Nene go, we see each other.
Right.
We see each other. I relate to that. I see you, we see each other. Yeah. Nah, I'll forgive you. But, you know, certain things, you know, if you cross the line, but not to the point where you're completely out of the circle or whatever, then I just deal with you accordingly. I deal with people accordingly. I know who my core is and who's not or whatever. But, and I don't necessarily always have to talk about it. I have a discussion about it because sometimes things like, you know, your sanity, you know, you don't want to go back and forth with anybody. So, you know, you see what it is, you know, and that's it. So I might forgive you, you know what I mean? But you know, I had a customer yesterday, old lady, like I said, hello, how may I help you? You know what she said?
What?
She said, pick up the phone so I can hear you. Take me off a speaker.
That was an old black lady.
Yes, it was.
Bless her heart.
I said,
bless her heart.
Said, hello? She said, yeah, take me off a speaker. I said, ma'am, I said, how may I help you? She was like, I want you to take me off a speaker. I need this. I said, okay, do you have this? No, I don't know what that is. I said, well, what is your address? What you need my address for? Just get them my number and tell them to call me back. Mm-hmm. And I said, ma'am, you are being very rude. What? I said, ma'am, have a great day. And I hung up the phone. But you know what I did? Anyway, because I could have just, you know, scratched her off the list, but I made sure she got help by somebody else. I passed it on and then they could help her because I realized that, you know what, I had to forgive this lady because at that moment, she took me, like, I was, how you get that feeling in your gut, like somebody like just knocked you off of your daggone high or whatever with that. She just had this attitude. I'm like, I don't have time for this today. I don't have time. But I realized I don't know what in the world this woman been through. Maybe she don't never get no help. You know what I'm saying? And I think like that. I think like you never know what may have gotten somebody to that point. And so for that, I forgive her for talking to me very rude. I realize she's old and set in her ways, and but yeah. I'll never forget though. I was waiting for her to call back, but she never.
What was you gonna do if she called back?
That's what I was about to say.
Because I would be like, I would have been like, "Are you ready to talk now? Are you ready for me to help you?" Okay. I love doing that.
Oh God, LaTonya, what about you? You forgive or you a grudge holder?
I forgive. I don't forget, but I forgive. You know what? I'm scared of karma, so. I feel like I know this is crazy. Please, I don't need to be speaking this into existence, but I feel like I'm still getting paid for some shit that I did.
Oh Lord.
I'm trying my best not to hold on to nothing. Like, let it go. Let it go. It's just not, it's just not that significant. If it's not stopping me from breathing or, standing in the way of something, my health or something. Let it go. I mean, because a lot of things that people do to you, it has nothing to do with you. It's them.
Yeah.
The stuff that they're dealing with. And the quicker you realize that and you understand, it's easier for you to let it go. Because it's like, yo, it wasn't me. That's their own issue. And we be holding on to stuff. And some people are just carrying on with their lives. And we stress ourselves out and we worry. I'm not giving nobody that energy.
Yeah.
They can't have it. I give myself enough stuff that I'm trying to help. I can't bring on the extra stuff. Well, Trina and Nikki don't like me. Okay, like, what am I supposed to do? Like,
yeah. For me, forgiving. So I had to work on forgiveness. I really, really had to work on that because in my previous life, and then when I mean my previous life, I mean my married life. So in my married life, I was an extreme grudge holder. In my marriage, outside of my marriage. And, I learned, of course, that just was because I was unhappy. So I work really, really hard on forgiving people and telling people they should forgive, but I don't forget. I really don't forget. And then for some reason, there are still a few people that I cannot forgive. And I don't know why.
Really?
Well, I do know why. I think one, because I felt like they didn't protect me, and I felt like it was their job to protect me, and I didn't feel protected. So I don't know how to ever forgive that. I don't, and it's I swear it's been at least 25 years, and I don't know how to.
So do you want to get grudge for them? I mean, like, you hold a grudge for them, like you.
I don't hold a grudge for them, but like when I see them or their name on my phone, I feel anger. Like whatever happened just happened, and it happened many years ago, but it happened for such a long time that it's hard for me to. It's just hard for me to move past that with these two people. And
have you tried to talk to those two people?
One of them, no, but the other one, the person that should have protected me, yes. I talked to them, and they just feel like
you being dramatic.
Not dramatic, but like people are set in their ways, and I should have just accepted bad behavior for someone. Yeah,
because that person is no longer in your life. So I mean, listen, we all go through some bad behavior. You know what I mean? We all go through some things that everybody don't think like us. You know what I mean? Like we have failed people. We have failed people ourselves and didn't know it or didn't do it intentionally. Because I know I failed some people or whatever and stuff.
Oh, sure, I have too.
And I'm sure that there might be people who could be holding a grudge against me, and I hope not. But And I don't think I have done anything purposely to hurt anyone,
Right.
or, you know. So sometimes you got to chalk it up as that's how that person may have been, because they may not be that way no more and stuff.
Yeah, and
And
that's the problem. I don't I don't even know how to see them if they've even changed. I only see
so
what they were.
that's your
That's
fault.
my Yeah, well, they should just leave me alone. I mean, they should just like,
Well, are they trying to bother you?
they're not bothering me, but they
She funny.
I don't know. I just feel like the person should say I was wrong and I'm sorry I made you feel that way. I probably should have handled it different and I didn't. And how can we move forward? But if
Do
you're
they
telling me,
Oh, I'm sorry.
but if you're telling me you just have to accept how that person is and accept that they give you bad behavior and accept that I let them do that. No,
Nah.
that's no.
But it's not like it's not like they're in your space or trying to be around you, are they?
Yes,
Oh, okay.
yes,
I tried. Whoever this is, y'all are
yes.
watching, I tried.
But
Look,
look, Shauna said forgiving is not in my heart yet, but I'm working on it. Shauna, it's in my heart, and I still got to work every day at it. I think forgiveness is something you still have to work on. Sure.
okay, but
That's
Yeah.
let me talk about that and the holding the grudge part and stuff. Because this, I really subscribe to this, that when you do not forgive and you hold on to that grudge, you're allowing that person or their aura, the mention of their name and all of that stuff, you're allowing them, they basically still have control over you.
They do.
Yeah.
They do.
Yeah. And I know that to be true. I know that to be true.
Like, you know, so they sleep good at night.
Right.
So why
They
can't
live
you?
in their life, right?
And I want to stab them in the eye.
So I have a friend who, and she may be listening, so I'll never mention her name, or or even put it. But she got raped by a man, right? And years ago, and she lived in the same city of the man, and she would see him all the time. Now, and he's
Wow.
living a good life, like he's living a good life and stuff. And so, she still was a prisoner. She was still a prisoner. Her mindset. I mean, I don't know about him getting arrested. I don't know exactly the details of what happened a long time ago. But I told her, I said, come on, let's go. And I made her go to the spot where she used to live, where he did this to her. I was like, we're going to face these demons. Like, we're really going to face them, and you're going to release. I mean, she cried. She screamed. I said, because what's happening right now is you're still holding on to something that happened years ago, which no one is, you can't forget something like that. But
Yeah.
that man who did it, he's living a life and he's okay. He's living a good life.
I feel like God will handle those people.
Right.
Like, I
But
feel like they'll be handled. They'll be dealt with another way. If it's not by the sword.
I don't know, but I would have to switch your tires or something, because I don't know.
She had to. I mean, but once she really released, because you hold on to stuff for so long.
Yeah.
And most people don't know how to release. Sometimes it's crying, sometimes it's screaming, sometimes counseling is very important and stuff. But I watched her change after that. Like, I watched her slowly but surely open up, and she's dope right now. She's like super, super dope right now. But so, at first she was held hostage by something that happened, and this man was just chilling, living his life. And guess what? He was a better person. Well, he appeared to be a better person, people he's not the same person he was when he did that.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, because people change. So
yeah, you just never know.
Yeah.
Shauna says she sleep good at night, holding her grudges.
Hey, Shauna.
Angie said, let it go, sleep at night and pray it out. You're right. And that's another thing. Should we forgive? Yes. I definitely feel we should forgive, just like you said, because it definitely is power over us that we're giving that other person. Sometimes it's just difficult. I mean, and I do pray about it and all of that, but I just feel like if I could, bust his tires out or something, I'll feel okay.
Oh, Lord.
But I think I'll feel better.
You need a membership to a gym, a boxing.
No, it has to be to that person. I don't want it to be. No.
That person. You'll
Girl.
feel better. You'll feel better. You get to.
Well, my girlfriend said that we're going golfing. So she said, just imagine that the ball is his head and that he's trying to hit. I'm like, that little tiny ball?
That's right.
No.
That ain't enough. You need a
Right.
punch him. You need to
I
go
probably do.
him.
That's
You
funny.
need to release. And
I
kick
do.
and punch and kick and punch and just pretend that's the person.
You might be right. So
Because
what
that
is,
ball ain't gonna do jack.
and plus half the time I can't even see the ball and miss the ball all the damn time anyway. So no, that's not, you're probably right. I need to take a kickboxing or some kind of class. But so when you guys have these things weighing on you that you need to forgive a person for, what is your process of forgiveness? I mean, do you just be like, all right, I forgive you, we done? Or what is like your, is it a process you go through at all? Or how do you go through all of that to get to forgiveness?
I
Oh, Nikki, go ahead.
I assess the damage.
The corporate answer, go ahead, assess the damage.
Yeah, and I assess the immediate stuff, right? And then I think about the potential, like what's to happen in the future if I continue to be around this person, or if I have to interact with this person at some point or whatever, and how, and I have to figure out how I'm gonna move about if I have to be around the same person. And if it, it depends on what the crime is, like like put it like this. I couldn't forgive a friend of mine for sleeping with my man, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can't do that. So, I mean, it depends on what it is. If I found out you was talking about me or whatever, it's like, I mean, do I really care about that? Probably not. It would just depend on what it is.
Yeah. So you just evaluated the importance of it, the importance of the person, right, as well. So yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, because if the person is fifth person removed anyway, or
yeah,
it, who cares? Yeah. Now, family member, like I had to forgive. My brother's probably not listening, but I had to forgive his butt. I just had to chalk it up as a loss, and I mean, he's my brother. I'm gonna love him anyway. I never understand family dynamics when they just don't speak to like a sibling. I just don't understand that. I never, I don't care how mad my brothers are at me or whatever. I'm still speaking to you. You could be mad at me. So what? We love each other. Oh, well, you'll get it eventually.
But do you evaluate? So you said you evaluate your, like the friends fifth removed or whatever. Do you do that with family, or family just automatically forgiven?
No, they're not automatically forgiven.
Okay.
They're not. I evaluate the situation as well. I mean, eventually we probably maybe have to be around each other or may speak, you know what I'm saying? If something happened, I might just be there. But put it like this. For example, like if it's a good friend of mine and you did me dirty or something that I forgive you for, but I'm not really feeling you like that anymore. So if I see you out and about, hey girl, whatever. But if I'm having something at my home, you're not probably invited.
Yeah.
Or if I have an event, you're not on the important list. You know what I'm saying? You're on the other list. You're on the B list. You're not the A list no more.
And that kind of happened to me. So we had a girlfriend a few years ago who we thought was a good girlfriend, in the circle and all of that. And then we found out that she was talking about some of the girls in the group, to include myself. So I confronted her. And I said, we need to have a conversation because, I want to hear your side of the story or what it is or whatever. She never responded. I called, I sent a text message, nothing, never responded. So months went by and I was having a birthday party, my 50th birthday party. She asked someone else to ask me if she could come to my birthday party under zero circumstances. Zero. Because I tried to reach out to you to make this right. So that's what I say, that I have to talk to people about the issue at hand. You just can't come to my birthday party like nothing ever happened.
You saw that meme I posted. Sometimes people want to show up just to be surveillance, child. They not there for you.
Well, you're gonna have the surveillance from
The
the video and the pictures because that's what we're not gonna do. But LaTonya, what is your forgiveness process if you have one?
Uh-oh.
I mean, because hers may be no, because hers may be just.
I probably don't listen. I check myself before I even trip or whatever. I check myself and what role that I played in this. Did I deserve the treatment that I got? Because sometimes I've deserved it, you know. And then when I realized, yes, I deserved it, okay, or no, I didn't deserve it.
Right.
Then I sit there and I look at their situation and realize, figure out, okay, what are they going through, blah, 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 and stuff like that. And that's how I make a decision whether they can still come in or they can't. You know, like I have family members that I don't talk to, and I don't care if we blood or not. I love you from a distance. I wish you well. I pray for you and everything, but I'll never have to see you again, and I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
Because family these days is just as dirty as anybody and stuff, and they will treat you any kind of way and stuff. And so, I don't hate anybody. I ain't gonna disrespect anybody. I'll speak to you when I see you and stuff. But yeah, you don't need to be in my space, and you need to tread when you are in my space, because especially if you're disrespectful anyways.
Right.
Because I let people get away with a lot of stuff, but you can only push me so far. And I don't care who we in front of. You push me and not respect that I am a woman and doing my own thing, and you say something stupid or you act crazy, I'm gonna act crazy with you. I don't even want to go there. Like, I don't want to get there. So I try to keep peace. I really try to keep peace. I stay my distance. You know what I mean? I don't violate or disrespect anybody else's space and all of that stuff, or their families, or get in their business. So I deserve the same thing. So
yeah. For me, I have to pray about it first. I have to pray hard and daily and by moment and every single second.
Do you get your answers?
Huh?
Do you get your answers?
I think prayer calms me down, though, to think clear. So it doesn't give me an answer, but it calms me down so that so all the smoke is clear and I'm not as cloudy and I don't react like I would react without praying. So it just lets me see things a little more clear. And then I do figure out, okay, was this really a big deal, or am I blowing this up? Because that's highly possible for me, because everything hurts my freaking feelings. So, and I'm just like, okay, did she mean that? But is she mean all the time? Or, so I just evaluate everything, because one thing, and my daughter tells me this all the time, she's like, Mom, that's how she is, whatever the situation is. Mom, that's how she is. So why are you like shocked or surprised behind this? And I'm like, well, because she shouldn't do it. But that's how she is. Well, that don't make it right.
Right.
That doesn't make it right for me. That ain't okay. That shit ain't cool, because that's how she is.
Right.
So
and we got to check ourselves too a lot, because like I said, sometimes we deserve what we get. So I'm just saying.
We deserve what?
What we get.
I don't know about that. I think sometimes,
I don't know.
I don't know if we deserve mean. We don't deserve mean things.
Well, sometimes we're mean.
I don't think I'm mean.
And we think it's our natural way or whatever, and it's because everybody can't take how we are. Everybody can't take that we're bold. Everybody can't take that we're forward. Everybody can't take that, so they look at us as being mean sometimes. So sometimes we are dead wrong and we deserve it. I didn't say all the time. It could be a low percentage, but sometimes we do.
I could probably agree with that. I could agree with that low percentage of that. Yeah.
Okay. Shauna, my good friend, is commenting. She is really sweet. Shauna would do anything for you. She talking about she a grudge holder. She might be, but she's still sweet.
Well, she said she's working on it, though. She did say she's working on it. So I mean, and that's all you can do is work on it. And, identify you got a problem and work on it.
You know who's the biggest grudge holders? Men. Men will hold on to their grudge for you for years.
That's
for
right.
years.
That's why they don't forgive you.
And they will get you back. Believe me, they will get you back. And it's those quiet ones. They will get you back.
That's funny you said that. Yeah.
Have so much patience. And men have patience that we don't have. Men will wait it out and plot it out. And then when it happens, be like, okay, I gotta go. And you like, oh. You remember that time.
No, and it's funny that you say that, because I remember I was dating this guy who cheated on me, and he did all these things, and I kept taking it back and kept taking it back. Girl, when I cheated on him, you would have thought, that, oh my God, you would have thought that I like set his kids on fire. I mean, to this day, this dude is mad, and I swear they had to be 10 years ago.
Oh, yeah, if he gets a chance, he gonna get you back. Listen.
Oh, he ain't gonna get no chance, because he can't even speak to me. So
the stories that these men be telling, I'll be like, oh my freaking God.
Yeah,
like, it's at the point that you got listen. Don't play with no men. Y'all don't stop playing around with men. If you don't want,
I mean, I don't play around with them. I mean, I just remember what you just said. They do, like, when they do something to you, but then when you do it back to them, oh my God, it's terrible. It's terrible.
Some men, not all men. Let me.
Yeah.
Consider me some men, not all men.
So why is forgiveness so hard, though? Because we accept these people so quickly and all of that, and we don't do all these processes that we do when we have to forgive someone. But why is forgiving just so difficult? Okay, so for me, it's difficult because I trusted you. I trusted you with me. Yeah. So when you do something that goes against that trust and that whatever I put into you, it's hurtful. So getting over hurt, I think, is difficult. So now we have to get past the hurt. Then we have to try to forgive you. Then we got to try to trust you if it's a relationship or something like that. So, and it's I don't know. Like I said, one person, I'm still like holding some form of grudge because I just don't feel like they've apologized appropriately. But
you feel better if they apologize?
I feel better if they took responsibility. If they took responsibility for their actions.
Yeah, but that sounds like a situation
years ago. What is
that?
It lasted 25 years. It lasted 25 years.
But you still letting it happen. So
no, it doesn't happen anymore. It doesn't happen anymore. But that person has never owned up to that. And I just want them to say, I should have done better.
Yeah, but you're still talking about it.
Right. You are.
I tell they ass about it too. Shit. I tell they ass every chance I get.
But you still let that person in your space.
Well, unfortunately, this particular person has to be in my space sometimes.
They don't have to. You allow them to be. Because if you was really, that means so you accept it. So why would that person make the effort? Because you still in their space, they still get the benefits of you. So
no, they don't get the benefit. They don't get the benefit because it's the right thing to do. It's the right damn thing to do, and that's what they should do.
That's because Trina wanted her way.
I just feel that that's the right way.
So, wait, what was the question, Trina? What did you say?
Right.
Why is forgiveness so hard? Why is that so difficult?
Forgive them, they're a better person now. Why can't you just forgive them? They're a better person now.
They ain't apologize.
To me, I feel like because I feel like it may be hard to forgive somebody because they hurt you in a way. They hurt you more deeper than you care to admit that they did. And like you said, you got to trust people. You trust people, and it's like once you break the trust, that's it for you. You know what I'm saying? I'm the type of person, like, I trust first until you give me a reason not to trust you. That's why I'm so lucky. That's why, my antennas are not up usually. I have friends that we be around other people and they just be like, you don't see how that's going down? I'm like, no, I don't see it. And they're like, oh, Nikki, you're so gullible, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, it's not that I'm gullible. I don't see it yet. Because I'm looking at at it. I'm looking at it with positive vibes until
Right.
I have a reason not to trust you. You know what I'm saying? Until something happens. But some people, they have these walls up.
Mm-hmm.
They have these walls up that you got to take down brick by brick. That's too much work. Just freaking look. Did
Yeah.
you do something to me? No.
Right.
Now,
Bridget says it's difficult to forgive because it's hard to forget, and they never apologize. Thank you, Bridget. Right. They never freaking apologize. Carol says forgiveness is difficult because I believe it makes one vulnerable. I mean, you gave your heart to them, you let your heart open, so you say forgive, and you're letting them off easy. I don't know about that.
I think things are like lessons. You know what I mean? Like you learn and you try not to repeat it. Like I have this fear, and maybe fear is not a good word. Maybe that's not a good concept. When I die, whether it's tomorrow or whatever, I want to be clear. Like I'm trying to have like a clear mind and a clear heart. I know that there's some people that I ain't apologized to because I don't even know what I did wrong. Like I know that there's people probably holding on to grudges to me. I don't even know what I did. You know what I mean? So I guess I really, when I operate, when I think, I really try to operate treat people like I want to be seen or how I want to be. I really, really, it's not how you treat me, but it's how I want to be treated. And I just don't want to be a victim to not forgiving. I don't want to be a victim to any of that. So I've been a victim for stuff for so long. That's important. You don't live in my house. You ain't in my face. You don't have nothing to do with none of, like, you go, because you got to deal with that. That's you got to deal. I'm not dealing with it, and I'm not giving you that energy. Just let me live. Let me live.
Yeah.
You hurt me. That's cool, but you're gonna watch me get past this hurt. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
we hold on. We hold on to too much stuff, and it's for nothing. Like that ain't got nothing to do with who we are today. It has bettered us because we needed to go through that to get to where we are. We hold on to the stupidest shit.
Right.
For what? That serves us no purpose at all. As a matter of fact, it stands in the way from us getting blessed other ways. It stands in the way from us to being vulnerable for who we need to be vulnerable for, because we're so stuck on people who they don't give a dang. That person is not apologizing to me. Okay, maybe after watching this show they will. They ain't.
No, they hopefully they don't watch the show. But even if they do it, they can't apologize today or tonight or tomorrow, because I'm be like, no, because you watched the show.
See?
No, I'm just playing. Jesus, I'm playing. Carol said not her. She forgive, but she won't forget. She said, LaTonya, you are right. Family are the main ones. She said, I forgive because I don't want to block my blessings, peace and blessings. That is so, so very true. I totally agree with that. Hey, Sugar.
I don't forget that. Hi, baby. She said,
sister, it's hard because of betrayals and some hurt. Forgiveness is your healing. You may never get an apology. Acceptance is the foundation of understanding. Okay, yes, y'all. Trina is spoiled. Hey, I am not. What is happening right now? Oh, my God. Trina is spoiled to the 10th power. Not just spoiled, but to the 10th power. Jesus Christ.
And she don't even get it.
I am not. Face your truth and leave the demons behind. I agree with what she said, other than that spoiled part. So.
I need you in my life.
Look, and she knows me well, so it might be a little truth in what she said. I don't know. I
need her approval. I already know.
So since we forgive people, is it important for people to forgive us for things that we do, or do we, our bad behavior or things that we may have done, we apologize to these people, hopefully, because I expect apologies, so I give them. But is it important for these people, that we've wronged, to forgive us?
I think it depends on who it is. And, but sometimes I'm going to tell you this. Sometimes you realize some people like to be miserable. Okay.
Oh, sure.
About that?
Sure.
Some people, They just like to be miserable. And it's nothing you can say, it's nothing you can do. You can apologize, you can give gifts, you can kiss their ass, you can do everything. They just want to be they're just miserable people. So no.
Listen, once I give my apology, I'm done. It's up to you to forget. You don't listen. I did my part.
Right.
It is what it is.
Exactly. Look.
It is
Right.
what it is. That's
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. As long as we own up to what we did and we're truly sorry and we, apologize. If they don't move past it or accept it, or I agree, then you're right. It doesn't matter. And some people like to live in it and hold on to it. So I totally agree. So it may not be that important. Is it difficult for you to forgive yourself for things that you've done? Yeah.
Is it
For
difficult?
Me too.
To forgive yourself?
Yeah, for things that you've done.
I can forgive everybody else. Forgiving myself is hard for me because it's just like, how did you let yourself get in that situation? Blah blah blah. But I can forgive. You can hurt me, you can dog me, and I will let you go. You gone. Just get out of my face. Just leave me alone. Live your life. But I'm hard on myself. Like, how did you let that stay? Because stuff don't come your way unless you let it come. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true too.
So, and if I let it stay and I let it dwell, even though I have signs and my gut has been telling me to move that person, and I don't. Yeah,
right.
I'm very hard on myself.
Yeah, it's hard for me to forgive myself too, because I know that I'm better than that, and I know that I know better than whatever it is that I've done. Now, if I didn't know better, then it probably wouldn't be that difficult to forgive myself. But most of the things I could have thought it out better and not had done it or done it differently. So I just know that I could have handled it different, done something different, and I just know better. So I get so angry at myself because I'm like, you knew better. Why would you do that? So,
well, Trina, you know how you said you got to talk to the person to hash it out. I talk to myself when I'm going through that. I talk to myself like, what? I try to get to the root of it of myself.
Yeah.
To figure out, why did I make that decision? Why did I choose to say? What is it about me that says that this is allowable? Because sometimes you got to ask that, like, why am I the one that people come and they would lie to? Why?
Right.
What is it about me that says lie to me? Who the hell am I all of a sudden? You know what I'm saying? So I talk to myself. I talk myself through that stuff. And then, being Nikki, I chalk it up to, hey, whatever,
But like LaTonya said, most things are lessons. They're lessons. When you come in, something happens, good or bad. I do think that they're lessons, and I think that people come into your life for different reasons and for lessons. So, right. And it's just a part of forgiveness. But that's just I've always struggled with that with certain people. I don't struggle with that with everyone, but for some reason, I struggle with certain things with certain people, I should say. Right. But and then I've also learned that people go through forgiveness in different ways. Like you said, it may not be an apology. It may be something. For me, I need an apology. But for somebody else, if they send flowers, that's their apology. So. And they forget
another thing too. People apologize in different ways. Is it
right?
Is it acceptable? You know what I'm saying?
Not always. Because some people have gotten so good at saying, I'm sorry and I apologize. They don't mean it. They just say it because they know it works. So.
And they know it's probably the right thing to do. You're right.
But you know what, though?
No, I'm saying they say it because they may not mean it, because they think that's the right thing to do.
Well, no, people do what works. They do what works. People do what works. Period.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm very, very cautious of I'm sorry and I apologize. I'm that one that's be like, you say I apologize. I'm like, for what are you apologizing for?
Yeah.
Oh, so you go deeper.
That's me.
All into it.
That's me.
Because you're not gonna just say I apologize because
For what?
People say
because sometimes that leads to other things. And so here's the thing: if you're dealing with somebody and you know it's hard for them to apologize, let's just say, like, we all, somebody that's kind of hard for them to really verbalize certain things. If it's hard for them to apologize, and yet they apologize a certain way, it's just not the conventional way. Why isn't that acceptable?
Whatever's acceptable to you is acceptable to you.
Right.
People can take what they want to take. I know what I'm willing to take and what I'm not willing to take.
Right.
I believe that any human being can open up their mouth and communicate. They do it at their jobs. They do it around their family. So when somebody say they don't know, no, that's some bullshit.
And I think that's just another easy way to sweep shit under the rug.
Yeah.
You're just sweeping it under the rug.
Right. I mean, that's how they stay safe.
Yeah.
I'm not a good communicator, boy. You better move. Okay.
Well, okay. So I mean, because that would, okay. So, because that could be like, if you're like, let's talk about communication a little bit with that. Mm-hmm. Like, for example, I'll give you an example of where I'm trying to go with this. I might be going way off, but basically, if a person if they don't know how, right? If they don't know how to apologize, they don't know how to say what. They don't know what you want to hear. First of all, they don't, you know how it is. You just can't say sorry to you. You just can't say sorry to you. You got to have a discussion with you. You got to give you some space. But if they don't know that, what do you do then?
How don't you know that? I don't know how you don't know that.
I have a 6-year-old grandson who knows how to say I'm sorry, and
that's what I'm saying. How don't they know that? I can't accept that.
A grown person know.
How don't you know that?
I'm sorry. I apologize. That doesn't make sense to me.
Even if you say I apologize for how it made you feel, or how I'm sorry. I apologize. That shit is so simple.
Okay.
It's so difficult.
I got one. Do you apologize when you know damn well you're not wrong, but it levels out the field?
No.
If I am wrong, so no. Let me take this back.
Some people do that.
Let me take it back. I do. So this is what I do apologize for, to end whatever the issue is, for how that made you feel. Now, I will apologize for that, because maybe how I communicated something made you feel a certain kind of way, and maybe however you felt was not I wasn't trying to do that. So I will apologize for. I'll apologize for how I made you feel. If it hurt your feelings or something, yeah, I'll apologize for that, because I didn't mean to hurt your feelings.
To hurt the person's feelings?
I didn't mean to hurt their feelings.
What you apologizing for?
Tone.
If it did hurt your feelings, that was not my intention. That was not my intention. But I apologize if I did, and if that's how you received it, that wasn't the way I.
But see, for me. But hold on, but for me, sometimes, depending on the situation, I feel like you should know me well enough to know that I wouldn't be coming at you that way. Right. Therefore, why am I apologizing?
Because we are in the heat of the conversation, and I might have been in my feelings about some shit that had nothing to do with you, and then that just hurt my feelings even more. Or vice versa, hurt your feelings.
Yeah, but if you my people, you know that.
Bullies our feelings is always.
I am not a bully.
Wait, hold on. But if you're my people, you should know that. You should know that you would probably know more than anybody that I just been through some shit. So what the hell? But
I might have been through some shit too at that moment and just hurt your feelings, not intentional. So I apologize for that. It was the moment.
I'm mad at the person took it.
We know your ass ain't apologizing, LaTonya. We know you don't give a damn. We know you don't give a damn. We know you ain't apologizing.
That's contradicted. I'm gonna be like, how did I hurt your feelings? That's contradicted.
No, I've had this before with somebody, and basically I felt like she should have known me as a person to know that I wouldn't come at her any kind of way, because I loved her. She was my good girlfriend, blah, 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 blah. So if you know this of me, so now I flipped it. I said, well, what made you think that I would be thinking like that to you?
Because it probably didn't have.
This is a deeper issue.
That meant you got some misplaced anger. That's what that meant. You got some misplaced
me?
anger. Yeah, or if that's how she felt.
No, sometimes people take stuff the wrong way.
Well, they do.
Yeah, but
you
I get upset because I feel like you should know me better. What's the comments saying, child? I know they're going on. Hold on. Let's see. Hold on.
So Carol said, I had a phone conversation with someone where I had a stalker. I beat myself up. And one day a girlfriend asked if I had forgiven myself. I broke down in tears because it was an epiphany that I had not forgiven myself. And it was powerful for me. Sugar said, it is, Trina, but it depends if I personally want them to stay around. But hold folks accountable. LaTonya, yes. Make them own it and ensure they know it. It's not acceptable to cross the line in the sand if they're going to talk about let's get it. I don't know. Okay, Nikki, when is your responsibility to consider them? They didn't consider me when they violated.
They don't.
Yeah, it didn't consider me.
Nikki, you're so right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then here goes Sherry. Sherry said
insecurity.
Yes.
Insecurities in the relationship, right?
I agree with that.
So there's a big issue brewing.
We're wrong. Nick, I can understand, Trina, if you're saying you apologize to them of your tone and your approach, but not how you make them feel, because you have to express how you feel about them. You're not responsible how you make them
I can express how I feel, but I don't have to express it in such a language or a tone that makes them uncomfortable or hurt their feelings. So if that hurt their feelings, okay, so I guess I don't get deep in if it's your.
So that sounds like you don't argue fair. That sounds like you don't argue fair. That sounds like you're the type of person that takes stuff out on people.
Yeah. No,
that's not you.
I don't do that. I don't do that, but sometimes I can get heated. Sometimes I do get heated, and it's probably not even heated from the conversation we're talking about. It's probably some shit that you did that we ain't even talk about yet. So I mean, I can get.
Your ass needs to be apologizing all together.
I apologize when I'm out of order. When I'm out of order, I don't have no problems apologizing. I don't have no problem.
Apologizing a lot.
And I do.
But I know.
But the damn people won't apologize to me. But I apologize.
I know you saw that apology on Married to Medicine between the two ladies.
Oh, I start crying. No, that shit, I start crying.
Yeah, they are two good friends that they had a
20-year
grown woman conversation.
20-year friendship.
Yeah, they had a good grown woman conversation, and she said, "What did I do?" And she explained. She said, "You didn't." What she said, "You didn't speak up."
She said you didn't. She said you didn't say anything.
Yeah,
and so, that was the silence was the problem. But them having that grown woman cry out, hug out, conversation. See, that's why everything is a fucking conversation for me, because I need to know. I just have to talk shit out with people. But that was some grown woman shit.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That was some shit right there.
Yeah. I need to find that clip and I'll post it to the page.
You should put it on the page, because that truly was about forgiveness. Mm-hmm. That was, and like you said, that was a 20-year friendship. That it was a crazy week, a crazy moment that they had between the two of them that stopped them for what, a year, Nikki? They didn't speak for a year or something like that.
A lot of months. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So communication is important, and that's why you don't know what you did.
Crying? Are you crying?
For me? No.
I know her voice did sound a little shaky.
No, ma'am. Juliaka said, Trina, I think that's you expressing your passion about the situation. Thank you so much, because you know me so well. Thank you. It's my passion, ladies. My passion.
She got your back.
Right.
You should not ever turn against her.
I know. But ladies, this was a wonderful show. We definitely have to work every day at forgiveness, and I say talk things out with your good people that mean a lot to you, to be sure that, everything is okay, and forgive people when they apologize. Mm-hmm. You should forgive them. But thank you, everyone, for tuning in. We appreciate you. Thank you, Nikki and LaTonya. Next week, we are talking about friendship dates with the opposite sex. And is that really a thing? So if you're a man, can you have a good girlfriend and go out, on dates and stuff like that? And if you're a woman, can you have a male friend and go out?
Can we put our male best friends on the show next week?
I know we ain't get. I'm gonna tell my guys, some guys, to tune in so that they can comment. Because we're gonna need that. But thanks everyone for tuning in, and we will see you guys next week. Enjoy the week.